Yes, guys, we all know the opening scene of that amazing movie, The Guardians of the Galaxy, who greatly contributed to the comeback of cassettes. But one of the main reasons is also the fantastic soundtrack that is in that movie. And the opening title is one of the main contributions, I'm Not in Love by 10cc. And in fact, today we are going to take a look to some original master tapes. We're going to take a look at them in detail in just a minute, because this was an incredible catch, incredible score that I done on eBay, and I will give you all the details. And it's interesting because this is the 50th anniversary this year, 1975. It was released, and now we are in 2025, exactly 50 years after. Let's dive in immediately in this amazing story. Go! So here is the LP. This is an original UK mint first press that I got on purpose as soon as I got my mittens on the master tape. This is a fantastic album, especially side A, I must admit, and there is a reason why I'm highlighting this. What are we going to do? Well, we are going to take a look now in detail to these tapes, try to understand what they really are. Are they really master tapes or production masters, or are they just copies? Because this is also useful for you guys to spot them when you see them around, okay? You know I've did a lot of videos on this. For example, take a look at this video where I give a lot of info, a lot of hints on how to find master tapes. And afterwards, we're going to try to do a comparison and to learn a little better about the sonics. Let's take a look now at the tapes. Okay, guys, so let's take a look now to the boxes of the tape and the information contained here. So, first of all, IBC Studios. And one could say, but they recorded their albums at Strawberry Studios. In fact, if you check here, the client is Strawberry Studios UK. Because in fact, IBC Studios was the mastering facility. Okay, it was another company that did the mastering for Strawberry Studios. At Strawberry Studios, they just made the recording. So you have the session tapes here, which were then brought, probably they did a mix, which was then brought here for the mastering. Here we have the catalog number, which I will speak about in a sec. Let's continue here. Artist 10cc, producer 10cc. As we know, Eric Stewart is part of the band, is the producer, is the author of a lot of music. He's the genius behind everything, I must admit. And not only him, clearly also the other members of the band, but he was the first one in charge, we could say, also of being the producer of the album, together with Abrahams. Title, subject is the original soundtrack. As we have seen, location, disc room, Reel 1. The equalization is NAB, 15 inch per second, and Dolby. Yes, they use Dolby. And in fact, if we check here, it says Dolby. Something strange went around here. I don't know. Dolby 0 maybe. Stereo production master. Dolby tone 0 at head or at tail. I don't remember. Plus the program, the 3 tracks of side A. So this is probably, as it says here, a production master. But here, as you can see on the side, it also says original masters. So my guess is that this was the production master of what? This LP right here. Because if you put this code in Discogs, for example, you will find out that this is the code of a limited edition LP, half-speed mastering LP of 1981, which will explain the HS, half-speed mastering. And most probably, this, I think, is the true master, but it's also the production master, meaning they cut the lacquer for that special edition, and I'm sure that special limited edition, not only special, limited edition, was only for the UK. So they didn't do that many copies of the master tape, okay? So they used this directly to cut the lacquer, and from that, the LPs, that special version, half-speed master. So this could be classified as a master tape, not the original master tape that was used to produce, cut, and create the very first LP of 1975. This comes 6 years after, okay? At least the release is 6 years after, maybe 5, who knows? And in fact, Eric Stewart talked about DBX when he was producing the original album, the original version. And here instead they used Dolby, which is something a little more of the 80s. I don't know. I mean, Dolby has been around since Dolby A66, so nothing strange, but you usually find it a little more present in the 80s. And that makes a lot of sense to me.
I forgot to mention one aspect that remains mysterious. Now, if we take a look again at the details, we see that the date says 9th of February, 1975. So that's very strange, because this LP came out in 81, as we said. It was probably cut or produced before that, of course, but not in 75, I would think. Plus, the original album was recorded in 74 and released in 75 in March. So something isn't exactly clear here.
So let's take a look also at the tape itself and the rest of the box. So as you can see, this is an EMI tape, which was the go-to tape in the UK for that period. Another confirmation here. And what do we have here? Nothing special. But on this other side, there's a lot of stuff going on here. Now it's a little dark. Let me see if I can somehow enlighten this a little bit. Let's turn up the ISO. There we go. And as you can see, we have a lot of labels with numbers here, here, here. Maybe this is just a tape here and here. Plus, it says the original soundtrack. I mean, clearly these are references for an archive. And this was kept in the archive for some time, for sure, at IBC Studios, most probably. Let's also take a look at the tape itself. Even the reel itself looks like one of that time, that period, with these large holes in the metal reel. A true EMI one with the little stickers on it. So you're probably asking, but you said it's only side A. What's the other one below? Well, the other one below, I would say, is the typical do not use version that sometimes you find along with the masters, because they probably made some mistakes. They probably did an extra copy for some other reason that didn't have the tones, or no, this one has the tone. I don't know. There are a lot of reasons why something went wrong, and in fact you don't have that detailed information like the other one. But this was part of the lot, so clearly I took it. It also says MA here, client, and not Strawberry Studios. In any case, this is clearly something adopted to produce an LP. Don't know if this was something earlier of the 70s, but I don't think so. I mean, this HS clearly refers to a specific type of release, an LP. So most probably we are looking at a master, production master used to cut that type of LP. Okay, forgot to mention how much I paid these. Just let's say £576, which are more or less 70 $780, which is pretty good. I know it's not the complete album, but it's a production master, as we have learned. At least a production master, if not more. Okay, I'm going to give up monetization so you can benefit from listening to these. Clearly, you're going to find the samples also for download in the maximum resolution. The rips are 96 kilohertz, 24 bits, okay? You're going to find them here below for download in the video description. As you have seen, this is recorded in Dolby. So clearly, just to make things clear, I am going to use my 363 Dolby unit. Dolby A, clearly, because it's not SR. SR was released in 1986, so it's Dolby A. And this is one of the best ways to enjoy Dolby, and makes, I must admit, when used properly, the overall dynamics and just the experience much more thrilling and engaging. Okay, let's go.
I'll take it.
Blue lips in the gaslight, a great view of the hall. That's the way the croissant crumbles after all. This is only step away, les girls are out en bail. Très bien, there's love for sale. Oh my chérie.
So don't forget it. It's just a silly phase I'm going through. And just because I call you up, don't get me wrong, don't think you got it made. I'm not in love, no, no.
So, I find that the tape, most probably because of the use of Dolby, was just a huge wall of dynamic and very present high-resolution sound. Now, here you can really hear what is the capabilities of a master tape. I have even better sounding master tape copies, okay? So who knows the original. And even this is probably we could say a second generation, more or less, probably. Maybe a first generation. They probably got the session tapes and did a new mix, and not a new mix, a new master. Could be. Don't know. In any case, the quality is outstanding. I think you can agree. Okay, guys. As always, thank you for watching, and remember that music is born analog. Hey there, if you are enjoying my content, please consider to subscribe. It's free, and it will help the channel tremendously. Also, don't forget to explore my prior videos. There's something for everyone. Welcome to the audiophile community.